gonna talk about the gym?
We can talk about the gym and then you go. Well, we have 2 locations. Okay, one just
Yeah, we do
down
have
and
we have a
one
location in Dallas and we have a location in Cherryville. You sign up, or if you're part of I think the medical weight loss, we provide it as a free add-on.
Yeah, and if you do
it's included.
The other
so that's one thing that's two different.
We haven't renamed yet. It would be, what'd you say would be like 30% off?
Right. So if you're doing we give you a discount. So it's just $25. A normal price is $35.
Right.
If you do the concierge medicine, then you're going to get a discount on the gym membership. You can do an add-on.
And not everybody wants it.
Nobody wants it. That's why. But it's an add-on. It's a cheap, reasonable thing. Because if you go to our gym, you'll be like, $25 is cheap for what we have. It's
35 is cheap.
35 is cheap for what we have. Our gym is a $70 gym in Charlotte all day long.
Right.
I mean, we have more equipment. We have 10 leg presses. I mean, how many back machines do we have? I mean,
it's a lot.
I just added like 4 more back machines yesterday.
A lot. And then we have co-ed, not co-ed, we don't have co-ed sauna because we have a men's locker room and a women's locker room. Each one has
we have
its
a sauna,
own sauna, which I think is important.
Saunas have real health benefits. That's why it's in the gym. Tanning beds are a pain in the butt with the state. That's why we don't have tanning beds.
Right.
The way we operate. And then
I thought those were going out of style anyway, but
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Whatever.
You know, people act like they want stuff. You know, maybe
like to be
maybe one day I'll add some bougie massage chairs or something. But we have good equipment.
I mean, you go to the gym to work.
We have set up it's a family gym, community gym. You know, I just pick the best equipment the way it feels. So a beginner, somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, I'm like, look, this machine right here, like you can't mess this machine up. Like hop on this leg press and make it a challenge. You're not going to injure yourself. That's why machines are great. So I know there's some people out there that are like free weight junkies, free weights. You got to do free weights. Free weights, and they want to squat and bench press and all this stuff, and that's fine. A lot of beginners get intimidated by that, and they don't know how to do it. And I don't think any beginner really should start with free weights.
I think beginners should start with machines because it
body
helps
weight
them
and machines
stay in the correct path.
Right.
And it's less likely for injury, and they can think about what they're doing.
And I almost exclusively use machines now myself, and I'm not saying like, I mean, I don't know. Last time I checked, I wasn't a scrawny little dude.
Right. Well, there's a lot about loading the spine with the back squat. Like, sure, we used to live off back squats, ate them for breakfast.
Yeah, as the older I get, I don't
even want to load my spine like that anymore.
Yeah, I don't see the point in putting weight on your back. Oh, no, that's going to make some people mad. But like, I think squats are stupid.
Oh God.
I do. I think squats are stupid.
Oh, we're going to edit this out.
And take this and make this a clip. Now, when I said squats are stupid, I just want to clarify. Heavy squats are stupid. Now, if you safely do bodyweight squats, I think heavyweight should be on a leg press. A leg press, if you have one.
If you're able to do it.
If you're able to do it.
Because there's some people who think they need 8 plates on each side and they don't.
I just want to set the record straight because somebody's going to take it out of context. Yeah, even though it was totally in context. Heavy squats are stupid because it will irritate your back, your hip at some point.
They have
a
place.
Risk. It's a risk of injury.
Most people don't need to do them. Most people.
Unless you're being a competitive athlete, you don't need to do heavy squats.
Like where you're like losing your form. It's like a whole thing.
No. High rep, lower the weight, higher rep. Pre-fatigue your legs and go with a lower weight. Yeah. Lee Haney in bodybuilding used to do that, and he still moves, doesn't have any hip pain.
I don't think squats are stupid. But I do think
heavy squats are stupid. I just clarified.
Is stupid that keeps you.
Maybe that's it.
You have to squat.
Ego.
Heavy, and you're like, you have pain. It's just like.
Ego is stupid. Ego is stupid.
I
That's
just
what it
think
is.
a lot of times you're just loading
so squats
too
are good.
Much on your back.
Ego is stupid.
Okay.
Is that good?
I mean,
did I clarify that?
Somebody's going to nitpick whatever.
I hope they nitpick me.
It doesn't even matter. And who cares? Somebody probably won't even freaking watch it. So it don't even.
They will watch it when I make a clip of it.
Yeah, well, that's true. But yeah, who cares what people think?
I don't.
Jesus could be sitting right here with us, and they would say something stupid about that.
Oh, that would be
awful, wouldn't it? He is with us anyway.
Yeah, he's right there.
Okay.
Okay, good. I've clarified that. I think squats are stupid because most people, one, don't have perfect form.
Right.
So if
especially a beginner.
So if I squat multiple times at some point in the year,
Hurt your knees.
at some point in the year of my training, I'm going to tweak something. My lower back's going to get tight.
Hip.
From at my hip, I've had all these issues. You know when all my pain went away?
When you stopped
When I
squatting.
quit squatting.
Well, we do. To be fair, we've seen people with terrible form, like where their knees
Well,
are
my
like
form is
caving
good.
in. No,
That's
I know.
true, yeah.
But even when you think you're doing it perfect, like sometimes your ego's in the way, like thinking I've got to get more weight, or you're doing it too often, or you're doing it in a CrossFit type style where you're in a hurry for a time or something, just crazy things. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to go as far as I think they're stupid.
No, I like a machine where it's
They
more
have
controlled,
their
like our
place,
super
but
squat,
yeah,
like our
I don't
Dynabody.
really like the back squat that much anymore
Or a belt
because
squat.
it's not comfortable.
The belt squat
for
where
me.
I put it around my waist
Yeah,
and you're
the
not
belt
loading your
squat is more
spine.
comfortable.
Then
I
I'm working the
love leg
legs.
presses. The leg, I like a controlled environment because I'm thinking I did like CrossFit style training for so long, and my knees would hurt so bad.
Mine
and
too.
I'm sitting here thinking, I'm 40 years old. I want to be able to do this for way longer. What's like the safest for me? Well, honestly, machines are about the safest. I don't need to go and do stuff running around and throwing this up over my head and doing this and running around for time.
Yep.
If people want to train that way, that's cool. But I'm trying to be like for longevity, protect my joints, protect everything.
Machines.
And build muscles in a strategic way. I'm more about aesthetic anyway. More so than I like to be strong, don't get me wrong, but I like to look lean. I don't want to be bulky.
I think if I ask most people, and if you don't agree with me, you're lying. The reason that people go to the gym is to look better.
Well, that's what
first and foremost. That they're doing it for their health. Yes. They're doing it to be stronger. Yes. But everybody wants to look better. Quit lying. You know I'm telling the truth.
I mean, it is true.
Because
the only reason you gave up on it is because it ain't happening because you didn't get your diet right.
If you get your diet, you got to get your diet right, and you got to have that's. So many people struggle because a lot of
you think you can eat what you want because you work out.
I'm gonna talk about young guys. Can I talk about
yes.
Young guys come in there and they just they go to town training and then they'll come ask me. I'll see them training and I'm like, some of them are training okay, some of them doing real good, and they actually get results. And the ones that are eating their protein. Then you got someone there. I'm like, they're like, hey, I wanna can I pick your brain? And I'm like, yeah, okay. I just I feel like I'm not getting where I want, or I want to get. I'm like, what do you want to look like? And then usually it's some kind of answer like, well, kind of like you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, here's what I do. Right? I eat this much protein per day, and then their eyes get so big. I'm eating 300 grams.
How many shakes should I drink?
How many shakes?
Protein bars should I eat?
Yeah, eat your food. You eat food first. Eggs at breakfast. Maybe throw a shake with it if you need to bump it up. I do 50 to 60 grams of protein 6 meals a day. So I'm eating 300 grams of protein per day.
And to be fair,
I'm not saying that's what you need to do.
Yeah,
that's what I do.
You're not telling them to do that. You tell them what it looks like specifically for them.
I'm telling them how to.
And then they still don't do it.
I tell them how to split it up. You need to eat protein every 3 to 4 hours throughout the day. And let's say your target is 150 grams of protein per day. You're going to eat even 5 meals. 5 meals, 30 grams, that gets you 150. If you do 6 meals, that gets you 180. Right. That's great. So if you're a 200-pound guy, I'm going to tell you to get at least 180. Preferably, I'd like to get you to 220, 250. Right. If your goal is muscle gain, and if you're lifting very hard. So if you're doing that, I'm just speaking to the young guys, but a lot of guys, when they go to the gym, that's what they want. They want to get more muscular. I know this to be true because I am a guy. That's why I started weight training. You have to plan your food out. But women is the same way. You got to get the protein in. How do you do that? You have to plan your protein. You have to, okay, what's my protein for breakfast going to be? Right. What's my protein for mid-morning? What's my protein for lunch?
People think, well, I eat healthy, I ate a salad.
Salad's not healthy.
Garbage. Who cares? If you truly enjoy a salad, wonderful.
It better have 6 ounces of chicken on it.
But you have to have protein. And a lot of times if you go to Chick-fil-A, sure, you want to get their really good chicken salad and put that avocado. That's the worst. That's 300-something calories just for the dressing. So you're looking at this.
Dressing.
You're judging me because I'm eating a chicken sandwich and a few fries, but you're eating more calories eating that salad with all that dressing.
Actually, if you put that avocado lime dressing on your Chick-fil-A salad, which I know it's delicious, You're actually better off getting the chicken club sandwich with the bacon and cheese than you are. Yeah, you're better off. Skip the fries.
Yes, or
but just
take one from your child.
Yeah, right. Get your kids the fries. You eat your sandwich, steal a couple of their fries to feel like you had it.
You feel like you had it.
And for your drink, have a Diet Coke.
These are life hacks.
Or a Coke Zero, which I don't know if you know this, but I drink Coke Zero a lot.
Steal your kids' fries.
If Coke Zero would like to sponsor me, I could turn you into a health brand.
But yes, absolutely. Because we tell people, yes, water is best. But if you've got to drink carbonated drinks, please drink diet.
No, diet carbonated drinks are a diet hack. If you have a hunger, like if you're in the afternoon, I'm gonna give you a little tip. If you're middle of the afternoon, you're starving, you're between meals, and you're counting your calories, but you know you can't have anything right now. Like you're trying to stay in this calorie deficit, and you're hell bent on losing weight. Like, grab a can of diet soda. Let that carbonation hit your stomach.
It's true.
It'll knock out that sweet craving. You're like, oh man, I just want that candy bar.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Just have a can of diet soda. Now, I say a can because it's only 12 ounces. People worry about the aspartame and stuff. There's no problem with aspartame. Unless you go and drink 150 cans of soda a day, because that's what the studies show cause problems with rats. But anyway.
Did you finish what you wanted to say about the guys, like for sure?
I don't remember.
I don't know. I feel like there's been times where I know that you've told a guy, hey, do this, do this, do this. And then we'd be at the gym like working out, and then one of them would come in like, oh man, but I just can't lose this right here. And then we'll say, well, what'd you eat today?
Oh, right.
Well, I didn't even eat until like 2 o'clock. And then I had a honey bun, and I'm like,
yeah.
Well, you didn't even listen.
Yeah, no, I've had that. Multiple people over time. Yeah, I'll go back to that real quick.
I didn't know if you were done.
No, I didn't finish the thought because I was going to get mean.
Oh.
Not mean. It's a little bit judgy. If you want a result, and I'm speaking to men. I'm not talking to as a woman, I'm a little bit more gentle. To a woman, I'm not as a woman. If I'm speaking to a woman, I'll be a little bit more understanding and empathetic. But if you're a young dude and you're telling me you want a specific result, like I'm going to treat you like a coach, and I'm going to say, look, you have to do this, 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 and this.
I mean, there's no way
If you come to me and you didn't do this, 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 and this, I'm going to say, you didn't do this, therefore, you're not getting this result that you want.
Right.
And I'm going to be fairly emphatic about it. Mm-hmm. Not being a jerk. I'm just saying, if you want, these are the rules of the game.
You didn't make them. That's just the way they are.
I didn't make the rules. I'm just passing them on to you. If you come and ask me again, you're kind of wasting my time. I've told you, because I usually give people detailed.
There was one guy in particular, he would keep on, and I was like, I'm done with you because you don't even listen. And I just walk off. Because I'm just like, really, dude, I about have more muscle than you. At that point, I did. I was weighing like 155.
Yeah. Well, it's hard.
I was like, and I was lean.
And I usually get
go on.
Yeah, I usually get a response like, well, it's really hard to eat that much protein. It's like, no, you're just not planning. You have to plan it out.
Even if you wait till the grocery store and buy a rotisserie chicken, and pull it off the bone, like that's.
If your goal, it's like this. If your goal is to lose weight, you have to plan your meals and you have to eat less than you need. Like you have to eat less calories than you burn, right?
Yeah.
If your goal is to gain muscle, you have to plan the same way, but you have to eat more. My protein intake is always the same. So my protein at breakfast is the same. My protein target is basically the same. I don't ever change that. All I change is how much carb am I eating at breakfast, how much carb am I eating throughout the day.
People are like, you don't get tired of eating eggs and chicken. Like people literally look like at work. I would take.
What did people do 100 years ago? They ate the same thing every day.
Every single day for the last 6 months, because the first 6 months,
chicken and rice is delicious.
I ate the cafeteria food because it was free. And I thought, this is pretty tasty. And then I would eat a cookie. And then I was like, I'm not getting to work out as much because I'm working 7 12-hour shifts. So I'm like losing my composition. So we started packing lunch every single day.
Yeah.
People are like, how do you eat the same thing every single day? I'm like, you go to the same fast food restaurants.
Yeah.
And you're eating the same stuff.
Yeah. Some people go to Chipotle almost every day.
You go to Chipotle. I mean, it's the same thing.
That's chicken and rice at Chipotle.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying it's good chicken and rice. It's probably got oil all over that chicken.
Yeah, and you get the guac.
And you got the guac and the sour cream and the cheese. Don't add fat. Yeah. Don't add fat on top of your carbs.
Yeah. Right.
Like, don't add extra fat to your meals.
Like there's a point in time where you can balance them. But if you're
You
doing
can.
it every day,
Yeah,
and you're
but the amount of
constantly having
fat.
high fat and high carb every day,
Yeah.
and let's face it, if you go out to eat, you are having a high fat and a high carb intake.
Every
Because what
time.
do they do? I'll just take Chipotle for example.
Every time.
Choose your meat. Well, no, actually, Scott, excuse me. Choose your rice.
Right.
Then they offer you beans. Some people accept. You don't have any business eating rice and beans.
In the quantities that
same
they
meal.
typically give, you usually don't need that much.
You
no.
do not, especially a
peop-
woman.
most-
Especially a woman.
yeah.
And then they give you the meat, whatever.
I could handle that
But
much,
if
but
you put on queso, fat, sour cream,
Right.
fat.
It's a lot of
cheese,
carb.
Fat.
right,
Guac.
a lot of carb
fat.
with a lot of fat.
That meal just completely became unhealthy for you.
Right.
So I say choose rice or beans. Because I'm not anti-carb. I'm
Right.
not anti-fat. If this is your meal where you are living a little, okay, maybe choose something. But just, you got to be mindful, just a little bit of cheese. Okay, no, I don't need queso. No, I don't
Right.
hold the guac. You know what I mean? Like, you just, what's your goals? If you want to stay the same, stay the same. I'm trying to help you in a reasonable way.
Right.
I'm not trying to be like mean. You can't have it.
No, yeah,
But
and
sometimes you got to be real with yourself and say,
Well,
no,
because
I shouldn't have that.
there's a harsh reality to diet that
Yeah.
you know. I think
It
people
hurts people's feelings. I don't like to
people
tell myself no. Well, I don't either.
Well, by not telling yourself no, though, that's how you get to the point where you are.
Right.
Right? You have to, if you want a specific thing. This is my point, and I'll say this gently. If you want something, there are rules.
Right.
And those rules must be followed. You're not going to defy the laws of thermodynamics, which is calories in, calories out. Now, you want to eat whole food. You can eat a lot of food.
Yeah.
In fact, when we give people a whole food diet in the past, right, they usually come back and what do they say? Oh gosh, I can't even finish my food. Well, it's like, well, what were you eating before? Because you've got 50 pounds to lose and you're telling me you can't even eat the food I'm trying to tell you to eat.
Right.
I'm actually feeding you more volume than you've probably been eating before.
But it's healthier,
It's healthy food.
choices.
So it's,
People be like, you eat rice every day? Yeah, sure do.
I'm eating 3,000 calories a day right now, or a little bit more, doing my training, and I'm losing body fat. I'm down to single digit body fat right now because I'm getting ready for a show, right? I'm eating a good amount of carbs. It's all whole food. There's no cheat meals. I'm disciplined with what I do because I have a specific goal.
You
Those are
watched me eat a cheeseburger today.
I watched her eat a cheeseburger at Country Kitchen in Dallas. You think I didn't want that cheeseburger? This is a good.
And I hadn't had
Go
one in
to
so
Country
long, 'cause
Kitchen.
if he don't eat a cheat
Get
meal,
you a
I don't
cheeseburger.
eat a cheat meal. But today I said, Mandy, we need to go to Country Kitchen because
Yep.
I really want that.
Country Kitchen's slogan is best
I
burger
ate
in town, and
bite.
it's true. It's probably
It's
best
true.
burger. Probably best burger in Gaston County. Ooh,
is
everybody in
true.
Cherryville just
Ooh,
rolled over.
They shuddered. They're not gonna watch it.
I don't
Who
know.
cares?
They might watch it till the end.
Ain't nobody watching.
We'll clip that out and make a reel out of it.
Yeah, then they'll see it.
Yeah.
But it is the best burger. It is the best burger. It's
Anyway.
the best service.
But when you get to a point where you can say, I think that's really like where you have to get to. You have to be able to say, I don't need that.
You have to be able to say,
Have I earned it?
Can I
I
eat
earn-
that?
yeah.
But what's it gonna do to me? It's
Yeah.
toxic to me. Like
How-
some of these things are toxic. Like I used to go, what I do? I used to go to the drive-thru, Dunkin' Donuts, and I'd get a box of 50 Munchkins.
50,
Now this was what? 5 years ago?
20, well, you did it a lot when we were staying in the apartment.
Yeah. Well, okay. So
It was a stressful time.
So a few years ago.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Years ago.
5 years, 6,
I would
up
eat-
to about 3 years ago, probably.
I would eat, like the kids would be in the car. So like, hey, y'all want some? They would eat, a
Yeah,
few.
I mean, I ate them too.
I had to at least 8:30.
Yep.
Like right then.
Mm-hmm.
And then you would be like having 8 left. And you're
You're
like,
like, I left you like 6 Munchkins. I'm
so
like,
then
okay.
there were times where we did that and I was like,
Yeah.
there's only 6 or 8 left. He's going to be judgy. So I would just eat them,
Yeah.
throw it away
Yeah.
like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But then later I'd be like, I got something to tell you, and then I'd tell you. And the only reason I'm saying that is because there is a real thing. Like people
Right.
want something, no they shouldn't,
Yeah.
go do it,
Binge eat.
feel bad about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, if this is awful.
I've lived it too. I'm not.
If I liked to throw up, which I don't, I would have made myself. Thank God I didn't, because I would have been in a bad habit. I'd have been in a worse sort of way, and I don't ever wish that on anybody. So I'm thankful that
Sure.
I got control of it
Right.
and told myself no, because then, and it hurt my feelings at first, but then I felt proud.
I've lived it too.
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean, I would love to go do it right now.
What?
Eat a whole bunch of munchkins.
Munchkins?
But I'm not going to do it, because then
I
I know
would
I'm
too,
going to feel
but-
like dog trash afterwards.
But see, I think in terms of math, right? So
One is 70
one
calories.
munchkin is 70 calories.
Which I was in denial because I didn't know that, and he told me that
I said,
after I'd ate them.
I
and
said,
was
you know
like,
how many calories in a munchkin? She's
Nope.
like, no. I
Don't
said,
wanna
there's
know.
70, and you had 30.
So that's 30
So
times
70 times 30 is 2,100, which means you ate
Eat
2,000 calories worth of munchkins in about a 10-minute period. So,
Oops.
and people will do that and not think about it.
Yeah, I
and,
mean, 'cause
but that's
honestly,
but that's legitimately
when I want-
you will gain a half-pound of fat from doing that.
When I want dessert, I wouldn't look at the nutrition facts.
Right.
Especially if you're going to like
Nobody
a good
reads the nutrition
bakery,
facts when
you
they're
don't
eating
even
dessert.
Know the nutrition facts. You go to the, you know what I'm saying?
If
You
people
just go
read
to
the
bakery
nutrition
and
facts
just
when
buy it.
they ate dessert, they wouldn't eat it.
Well,
Don't go look at pecan pie at Christmas time if it's got nutrition
yeah,
facts. So
that's true.
I
I guess the point
I
is
did-
you
I
just
used to eat
have
pecan
learn
pie, and then I
to
said,
eat-
nope, never
to-
again.
You just truly have to learn how to eat it
sparingly.
in true moderation, and that should be very sparingly.
You have to turn your slices to this and not the whole pie.
Not Jessica's slice.
Not that Jessica slice.
Yeah.
Well, no, I'd get a big old slice too.
But yeah,
We talked about a lot of stuff.
yeah.
So yeah, so you have OptimLife Health, you have Going Strong Fitness, and you have, us together, a wealth of knowledge in both fields, working together to, I think, revamp or rethink what we think healthcare should be on a small scale. We're doing this here.
It's what healthcare used
Some-
to be like back in.
Yeah, it's personable.
Like root cause.
Yeah,
You spend time with
It's
the
not
patient.
new.
You get to know the patient. Obviously these labs exist for a reason. I didn't make them up.
The labs didn't come out of nowhere.
Somebody thought they were a good idea at some point.
Right.
So why we're not checking these things?
Right. It's like we have all these markers that exist that we don't
But
want
we're
to
not
check.
checking them.
We're not checking those markers. Why? They exist.
Well, because you look healthy, you don't know what's going on inside that body. So
Right. If you don't look, you don't know.
if you don't look,
You have to open up the cupboard and see what's in there.
even if you're a healthy person, it's good to have your baseline before stuff starts going
Yeah.
on.
No. Well, people like me, like I said, athletic minded, for years, bodybuilders or athletes or, people who care, I would say a lot of CrossFit athletes, people who are really into their health and fitness, they will seek out what you're doing, and they should. And if you're that kind of person, then you need to go see Jessica
But
because
I've had a lot of patients who do have problems and haven't been able to get an answer in the regular setting because they haven't had the markers checked.
well, right.
And they looked at me and said, wow, like, it's good to finally know.
You're the
And I'm
first
like-
person that's actually helped me figure out something.
And I'm like, yeah, this is crazy.
Right. And they've been to how many doctors before that? Or they've been
Like,
to,
my doctor's just been telling me for the last 3 years that I just need to eat better and work out more. And it's like,
but what does that mean?
but then they don't tell you how.
But they can't tell you how because they don't know. Two, they don't have time to explain it to you.
Yeah.
And they don't have
yeah,
the
even
experience.
if they did know, they don't have time to sit. and
Right,
explain it.
right. And that's
And they don't
part
have
of the
time
problem.
to implement it. They don't own a gym too.
Right.
I just feel like God has put us in a position over all these years now
Yep.
to be able to finally, because we've been helping people, but
Sure.
to really just hone in on our special set of skills
Right.
and help people.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
I think we'll find something else to talk about.
Goodbye.
We'll see you next time.